Hello again, it's Andy Fletcher from Digi Results and welcome back to this tell-all video series. As you may know, there's two parts to the Digi Results business, the Digi plugins and the Digi Results network itself. And soon, there's only going to be one part, because we're getting out of the plugin business. As a thank you to the community that's helped us build this business, I'm going to lay bare everything I've learned about running a product-based business. And since the plugins have pulled in over $800,000 for Digi Results, I think I've learned a fair bit.
Not only that, I'm even making one of our plugins available to you with full rebrand rights, so you can immediately have a brand new product to add to your range. It's yours to do whatever you please with. If you don't have it yet, just stick your name and email address in the box to the right and it'll be sent straight to you. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can spot the product that everyone wants to buy and the one that's going to make you the most cash. So, let's get down to business. You can spend money in two ways, on assets or liabilities. If you spend money on an asset, you'll get more money back. Spend it on a liability and you don't. And the best kind of asset for you to invest in is a good product range. I covered why in my last video, but I'll do a quick recap now for all of you who didn't manage to see that one. Let's say you've got a range of products. When you sell these products, not only do you get money, you also build a high quality buyers list. And when you mail this list, whether for your own products or as an affiliate, you make a lot more cash than you would mailing a freebie seeker list. And every time you add a new product, your list gets bigger. You make more money promoting your new product to all your existing customers, and your affiliate promotions get even better. So your cash flow just goes up and up. It shouldn't be hard to see that this is a pretty sweet setup. But there's one thing you have to be careful of. Looking at this diagram, you can see that your products are the foundation of your whole business. Get them right and you're sorted. Get them wrong? Well, let's not talk about that, because in this video I'm going to show you how you can get them right. So, first off, something that's really important to understand. Every product is an investment, and that means, like any investment, you've got to be careful about how you spend your money. You can't just make any old product and expect it to be a huge hit. So, step one is work out what your market wants. As a for instance, back in the 80s, the Coca-Cola company said they were going to stop production of the Coke everyone knows and loves. Instead, they brought out New Coke. There was a huge marketing push. Millions and millions of dollars went into telling the American people that New Coke was what they wanted. And the American people said no. New Coke went down as one of the biggest flops of the century, and that's why it's still Coca-Cola on shop shelves today. Very expensive mistake. Basically, Coca-Cola went wrong by trying to tell their customers what they wanted. And you've got to make sure you don't make the same mistake. So here's the moral. If you want to make your money back on your investment, don't try and tell your market what they want to buy. Let them tell you. If you're in the IM niche, the best place to find out what your customers want is on the Warrior Forum. There's thousands of marketers here, all of them talking about the hot issues of the day. You can check it out for yourself, but you'll find three hot topics keep cropping up. Automation, backlinks, and traffic. It's fairly easy to see why. Everyone needs traffic. More to the point, everyone understands that more traffic means more money. And much as it might seem otherwise sometimes, this is a pretty smart crowd. They're happy to invest a bit of money now in a traffic product because they know they'll get a good return later. Everyone likes backlinks for much the same reason. Backlinks equals traffic equals money, and we all know it. As for automation, well, there's two things everyone wants more of, time and money. We've already covered money with traffic and backlinks, and this is how you sell people time. Make one of the repetitive tasks they have go away. And we all know there are a lot of repetitive tasks in IM. Then you're going to have people fighting to hand over their cash. So, those are the hot topics: automation, backlinks, and traffic. Right, step 2. What type of product should you have? The two basic types of product you find available are info. Usually this means PDFs explaining a system. A lot of people produce PDFs these days just because the barrier to entry is so low. Unfortunately, that means a lot of what you read out there is rubbish. You can still make money with info products, but there's a big obstacle in the way, and I'll tell you about that in just a minute. Software. This is what everyone's after. Software, either desktop software or WordPress plugins, works better than anything else these days. And it's also the big reason that info products just don't pull in the kind of cash they used to. I mean, if you could buy a PDF explaining how to work a system for say $7, or a bit of software where you just pushed a button and everything was done for you for $17, what would you go for? 95% of people choose the software, even though it costs more. Everyone knows you can do a lot with computers these days, so everyone expects more. If you want to make it big with your product, you've got to deliver. We've produced a lot of different products, both info and software, across a lot of different topics. The ones that did best were always automation or backlinking software. We've had a couple of duds too. I don't mind admitting I've made mistakes. For instance, a while ago we launched a plugin called Digi Social Squeeze. Basically, when you install Digi Social Squeeze on your blog, it makes it really easy to build a squeeze page that gets the opt-in through Facebook. I thought it was a really cool idea. But can you see the problem here? It doesn't bring you traffic, it doesn't build backlinks, and it doesn't automate anything. Total sales volume was just $17,000. By our standards, that's pretty dire when you compare it to our big three. Digi Article Blaster built push-button backlinks. Total sales volume $150,000. WP Syndicator syndicates your blog post automatically so you get backlinks and traffic. Total sales volume $107,000. Digi Traffic Multiplier automatically generates and formats content for your blog. Total sales volume $151,000. You can see the difference. Remember, these are our actual sales figures from the past year, so I'm not just saying this stuff to sound clever. It just shows you how much more money you make with products like this. So, now we know what kind of product assets we should be looking at creating: automation or traffic generating software. We've got to look at how to get these products up and running. Remember, when I said that every product is an investment, well, this is where it counts. The two key parts to this are the code, the basis of the product itself, and the copy, how you sell it. If you're lucky, you'll be gifted enough in one of these to do it yourself. But if you're not a rockstar coder or an awesome copywriter, and let's face it, how many people of us are, then you should be outsourcing this work to someone who can do it better. And in both of these areas, you get what you pay for. Now, most people know me as a techie, and that's definitely where I started out. I've been coding for years. I've got a first in computer science from the University of Bristol, and I worked as a programmer for a couple of years before moving into SEO. And let me tell you, I've seen the code people get when they outsource their work to some coder in the Philippines who only charges $2 an hour. It's horrible. I mean, really, really bad. It's slow, it doesn't work on half the setups out there, so you get drowned in support requests. It looks like good value, but when you get cheap code, all you're doing is spending money on a liability. With copy, it's the same story. Spend $2,000 on a sales letter that pulls you in $10,000 in sales. That's money really well invested. Where else are you going to find a 500% return? Spend $197 on a sales letter that doesn't sell anything, and that's $197 wasted. The guy who invested in decent copy now has a whole huge amount of cash to play with. The guy who didn't just has less money for his trouble. I know it's tempting to go the cheap route, and frankly, with a lot of stuff in life, you can afford to. It's not always true that something that costs more, the better it is. But in this case, it very definitely is. Invest more in your asset, and you'll get a better asset, and that means you'll get a better return. Now, one thing to remember: don't expect this to be a smooth ride. Whenever you're dealing with outsourcers, there's always going to be a few communication problems. You're going to get something back that's not quite what you asked for. It'll take another couple of weeks to fix it. It happens, cost of doing business. But there is a way to avoid all the hassle and wasted time of product creation, and that's to buy an asset outright. Some people call it white label, some people call it rebrand rights, other people call it PLR. It all means much the same thing. You buy a product that you can then brand as your own and sell as your own. Often, these also come with sales pages, so all you have to do is stick the page up on a domain and you're ready to roll. Now, PLR's got a lot of bad rep, because a lot of the PLR material you find out there is, no, I don't know how to say this diplomatically, it's rubbish. But that doesn't mean that PLR itself is an inherently bad idea. It just means you've got to be careful, and, if you're going to invest in it, make sure you only buy top quality assets from reputable sellers. I mean, it's still an investment. Unlike with any investment, you've got to do your due diligence on the assets you buy. So yes, buy into PLR, but buy into it with your eyes open. Here's what you should be looking for. It's a genuine product. This is the single most important thing. A lot of people out there produce products just to sell off the rights. They've never actually sold the products as products. And when they do this, they've got no investment in the product quality. They don't have any idea if the sales copy converts or not. They've got no idea if the market actually wants their product, because they've never tried to sell it. And more to the point, they don't care. So when you get a product asset from another business, make sure that business has actually sold it in the past. That way, you can be sure they really did try to make the product as high quality as possible. And that's the kind of asset you want to have supporting your own business. Now, some people will get worried that if a product's been sold before, the market's already been saturated. Well, you don't have to worry about that, and here's why. First of all, the benefit of having a proven product behind you far outweighs the fact that there's a few people who already have it. Aside from the fact that it's guaranteed quality, there's nothing like proven EPCs and conversion stats to get affiliates lining up to promote you. And second, the internet is a big place. Let's say this product you're looking at buying the rights to has already sold to 10,000 people, and that's been really successful. The most we've sold is about 3,000 of any one plugin. Thing is, there are millions of people in the IAM space right now. The 10,000 people who already have that product are a tiny, tiny fraction compared to the people who are left. Your market is still huge. That's not to say it's impossible for the market to become saturated. That's why one of the things you should always look for when buying PLR rights is that there is a sensible sales cap. You need to know it's only going to set a number of people. As a rule of thumb, if they're offering less than 400 copies, there's absolutely no danger of market saturation. Finally, if you're also buying the sales copy, make sure they give conversion stats. Don't trust anyone that just says high converting. You need the actual figures so you can make an informed decision. If you can see the sales copy before you buy, so much the better. So just to round up, sell the products your market wants to buy. And if you're in IM, the most popular type of product out there is backlink building or automation software. When you develop your own bit of software, always invest in good code and good sales copy. It'll pay you back many times over. If you buy an asset rather than developing your own, make sure these things are true so you know you're getting a good deal. It's a genuine product, limited copies available, less than 400 or so, conversion stats and EPCs. Now, I was originally going to go through a load of ways you could use your own product assets to make money, but I'm running out of time. So instead, I'm going to do a whole new video about turning your assets into cash. It'll be going live on Monday the 30th of April at 10 AM EST, and it'll cover how to turn a freebie seeker list into a high quality buyers list using product assets, how to make your products keep generating cash long after a launch, and some of my top affiliate recruiting strategies.
So that's all for today. Now, I know it can be hard to take in a lot of this stuff all at once. Some people can, and good luck to you, but my memory's rubbish, and when somebody gives me a presentation like this, I've forgotten all of it an hour later. So I've put together a cheat sheet summarising all the major points, and if you put your name and email address in the boxes to the right, it'll be sent straight to you, along with exit PopX and full rebrand rights for it from the first video. This is Andy Fletcher from Digi Results, and I'll see you next Monday at 10 AM EST.